All right, Jesse, all you is on the start, okay?
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag
of the United
United
States
States
of
of
America
America,
and to the
to the
republic
republic,
for which it stands, one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been met by transmitting the notice of the regular meeting to the Commissioner's official newspaper on February 3rd, 2022. And also I posted on May 19th, 2022, posting the notice where required and filing a copy of the notice with the Commission Clerk. The Deal Lake Commission meeting will be audio and videotaped and will be shown on APTV, Optimum 77, and throughout most of Monmouth County on FiOS 30. Allenhurst,
Present.
Asbury Park,
Yes,
Deal, Interlaken,
here.
Lock Arbor,
Here.
Neptune, Ocean.
Here,
Okay. Tonight we have Resolution 2232, a resolution to approve the minutes of the
Oh.
regular meeting. I'm sorry.
Eric is here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Eric is there? Oh,
Here.
perfect. I didn't even see him.
He's on the bottom. He's on my left-hand corner on the bottom.
Okay, thanks, Tony.
Okay.
Tonight we have Resolution 2232, a resolution to approve the minutes of the regular meeting from April 21st, 2021. Someone offer the minutes?
I'll offer Asbury Park.
Second,
I'll second Interlaken.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
aye.
Okay. Tonight, Eric, do you want to read the treasurer's report? If you have it, if not, I can read it. I'll read it. I'll read it.
I'll read it if you want.
Okay. Okay, you have it? Okay.
Okay. Let's see. The balance on hand from the previous month, total deposit was $158,194. Receipts were $6,038. Disbursements altogether was $4,067. Then we had the 319, the two invoices for was $3,335, and Princeton Hydro was $465 for a total of $3,800. Total disbursements was $7,868.50. Balance after March disbursements, Manasquan Bank, $114,010.78. New Jersey Cash Management Fund, $42,354.98. Total on deposit, $156,365.76.
That's great. Someone please offer to approve the treasurer's report and pay bills?
I'll approve it, Allenhurst.
Thank you. Second,
I'll second Asbury Park.
Allenhurst,
Yes.
Asbury Park,
Yes.
Interlaken,
Yes.
Lock Arbor,
And Margot, you're muted.
Neptune.
Melanie's doing the message. I didn't think I would be home in time.
Oh,
Melanie's doing it. Did Melanie answer?
Yes.
thumbs up.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Neptune. Eric,
Final.
Ocean.
Yes,
Okay. I don't even see Eric. Okay. 319 grant update.
okay. Peter's got the ball. on
I
this
would be
one.
glad to take it.
Thank you.
We
Peter.
have completed and paid for the MTDs. We have completed and paid for the floating wetlands and other environmental enhancements, including the Asbury Park Rain Garden. The one or two remaining items include the rain gardens in Ocean Grove and some associated tree wells or tree boxes. We have completed the plans for the Ocean Grove Wesley Lake Rain Gardens. I've shared them with Ocean Grove and with Deal Lake Commission. I don't know if you want to screen share them, Don, or if you just want to say we'll have them available before bids are received or when bids are received.
You can screen share. What the heck? Why not?
I don't have that right now.
Oh, you don't have it on digital?
You probably don't either where you are. I
I
didn't
don't.
realize
I
you were
don't.
going to be in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or where?
It's below that, Tampa.
Stuttgart. It looks like Germany behind you, for God's sake. The rain gardens are located again in Ocean Grove, one at Pilgrim Pathway in Wesley Lake, one at the fire lane immediately west of Pilgrim Pathway, which is along Asbury Avenue, sorry. What they've been designed to do is to intercept the drainage flow that discharges into Wesley Lake from two moderate to large sized drainage areas and flow that drainage, storm drain runoff from primarily roadways and improved roads into a basin, which Jack has expertly designed with wetland plantings, a variety of wetland plantings. We could tell you what they are by category rather than type. We have a seed mix, a lawn restoration mix, perennials. Just a really, really nice, colorful display of plantings, and they total somewhere around 900 to 1,000 plants that are going to be placed there. The executive director of the Camp Meeting Association has made himself available to meet with me and Don when Don returns, so probably next week someday, and we'll get their blessing. I know they wanted to have some kind of confirmation that the Wesley Lake Commission was going to be available to maintain in the future if necessary. And with that, we'll recommend we go out to bid, and bids will be advertised a week from today and received in time for award at our next commission meeting.
Peter,
Which
we
is
already,
Once again, everyone, welcome to United Flight 2603, service to Washington.
Can't hear.
Dulles.
Can't hear a
We'd like
thing.
to
Peter, we already authorized to go out to bid. That's great. We
Correct.
authorized at the last meeting, so
We
we're gonna,
authorized to go out to bid, so we're going to do that next Thursday.
okay,
Receive bids I believe, Jesse, we said Tuesday before our commission
Okay.
meeting, and
perfect.
then awarded our commission meeting,
Okay,
depending on the cost. We estimate the project cost to be between $140,000 and $160,000 because there's a lot of structural components to this, drainage, and a lot of sidewalk repair on the Pilgrim Pathway side. And the funding available is approximately $200,000. With
great.
the remaining money, we'll work with Steve and Princeton Hydro and figure out a couple locations for the tree boxes and move forward.
Perfect.
Is that okay, Don?
Yeah, I guess we still have tree boxes on the lake, right? The lake. I
Yes,
guess
yes,
two,
that'll
okay.
be, that's not going to be a part of the bid document, but it will
Right.
be a proposal received hopefully from the low bidder. And it will be within 20% threshold for cost
Okay.
extra. We hope to get it all done under this one contract.
I guess we probably should get bonding from somebody. What do you think? Neptune would do it or not?
For,
For this effort?
for what? No,
No? We'll be all right?
we're working
Bonding
on it.
for what?
I'm going to recommend, subject to Steve and Jack's input, that as soon as we receive and recommend award of a contract, we submit that document to
For advance
DEP.
payment. For advance
Yeah.
payment.
Yeah,
Got it.
so by the
All right,
time
cool.
structural components are done, we'll be ready to pay them.
Okay, that's a good idea. Thanks. And we got some money in the bank, so.
Yeah.
Supplement. All right, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Next one is the NGI, no word update on NGIT grant.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing on that. Nobility Crest, nothing on that right now. Les Hunt, have you heard anything or not?
don't see
I
anything.
reached out, but I have not received any word back. I reached out to Mr. Falvo, but have not received any response from him.
Okay, thanks. The shore protection update, Jeannie, you and I have to get together next week and figure a date to go talk to DEP. So let's do it next week.
We'll do that with Steve also.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We just got to figure out a date. So-
Okay, I wanted to talk about that a minute too. The You
Go
know,
ahead.
I've mentioned at previous meetings that I'd like to address it again as part of the shoreline protection education effort. Our educational pamphlet that we created for the Deal Lake property owners has been really well received, but many people have been made aware of the regulations and for lakefront properties. Most felt it was long overdue because it gives property owners and all the municipal officials, as well as ourselves, a guide with important information about lake disturbance and how it hurts the lake, and provides property owners with what they need to consider before they buy or build. Anyway, as I've heard, I know others of the commissioners have expressed that we need to reach neighborhoods beyond lakefront property owners, so they too can help the DLC in our efforts to preserve Deal Lake. We all know that everything that goes on the lawns and down the drains ends up in the lake. So some of the actions people right now are taking, clearing vegetation, cutting down trees, using toxic chemicals, fertilizers, washing cars, on and on, dumping things down drains. These are just some of the things that hurt the lake. So many of these activities are regulated. Actions sometimes come out of ignorance or could be lack of concern. Anyway, I've expressed this before and have spoken with Steve Souza about it. I want to write a second educational pamphlet for those neighbors, the ones that are the 2 streets beyond the lakefront properties. And as with the last pamphlet, I'd like his help with putting a good educational product that we can bring to the DLC for approval and then distribute to those neighborhoods 2 blocks in from the lakefront. I'd like to move that the DLC approve an expense of $1,000 to print those pamphlets, and in case there are any extra hours that Dr. Souza incurs outside his normal included hours of allotted DLC time for things like this. So I'd like to open that up for a moment for discussion, if anybody wants to talk about that, but while that motion is on the table, I'd like you to.
Do I hear a second?
Do you have a second to authorize an expense of $1,000 to develop and print pamphlets for
Active military, you're welcome to.
educational pamphlets for neighborhoods around the lake? Is there a second?
I would second a $500 figure. Jeannie, if you want to modify that a little bit.
500?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay.
Well, service, you're welcome.
I was hoping that Steve would be on by now, but he said that he didn't think it was going to cost extra for him because it's within his hours of allotment. But I wanted to just put it.
Yeah, let's move on. I think it's on the table. Let's just get a vote. Jesse, you want to get a vote? $500.
Okay, so we're authorizing educational pamphlet to be developed at a cost not to exceed $500? Is that what we're doing?
Correct.
Okay. Jeannie, you're offering?
Yes, I'm offering it.
Don, you're seconding?
Correct.
Okay. Allenhurst,
Yes.
Asbury Park,
Yes.
Interlaken,
Yes.
Lock Arbor,
Yes.
Ocean, Neptune. I don't even see Eric. Is Eric there?
He's there.
Eric
He's there.
was here.
I'm here.
Okay. Eric, you in favor of that?
I got like 2 meetings going on, so yeah, I'm
Oh,
trying to
okay.
be.
Eric
Yes,
said he'll
I'm
pay
okay.
for it. That's what I heard. I did hear that.
Take your microphone.
And Ocean.
Yes.
Okay.
There. And this is Parkway Hill, we have a 9 AM service.
Who's in for mediation?
Someone has to hit their microphone.
Yep.
Mute it.
We got it.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna move on.
Who's in court?
I'm moving.
Who's in court?
The goose is moving along. We're getting a lot of eggs. I've only seen a few babies. We know they're out there. Great cooperation with the public. Not everybody, but most people cooperated and we'll let the USDA run things. So that's good along. Nothing on the carp yet. We're going to do that after.
And John, we still have date,
Oh,
right?
so hold on. We're also doing, waiting till the spawning season's over. Yes, Jeannie, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's hard because you come in and out, so I didn't know you weren't done yet. We have a date on our calendars, I think week after next, you and I, to discuss the possibility of doing something with a coordination effort for all the towns. So all we need.
Do me a favor, just send me a reminder email on that.
Okay, I'll remind you, sure.
Shift and stiff program, no updates on that. We're waiting for the summer, the group, amount of people, larger, more people, the better. Restoration of the lake, I'm gonna ask that question. Jeannie, there was an email to the town asking about that. I don't know what the answer is yet. But they did some soil samples. Peter, you know anything about that?
It's really hard to hear what you're saying, Don.
Somebody else's thing going on.
I think it's his, but
So any update with the ponds?
Peter, any updates?
No, I haven't heard anything back from the county. I really haven't reached out for them, but maybe I should. I know they're extremely busy because they're in the middle of their pavement rehabilitation program. But I will call.
Yeah, okay. Because Greg was gonna get this. He was gonna get the samples posted.
Yeah, yep.
Weed treatment, Steve, all yours.
wait, could I ask real quick before
Go
you?
ahead. Sure, go ahead.
Is the funding for those ponds, the restoration of those ponds, is that all Ocean Township?
No, part of it's county,
Okay,
part of it's Ocean Township, and perhaps part of it would be the Deal Lake Commission, depending on if we're participating in any of the either plan preparation or depending on who does it, the bid documents.
okay, thank you.
But I think it's a combination, Jeannie. I think it's a combination of the county and Ocean, because
Right,
they're all located in Ocean Township.
right, okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
Okay. Steve? Weeds, please.
Don, anything with water testing, Monmouth University and Monmouth County?
No, we had that last one. Steve, anything on the weeds,
Just a
please?
reminder that we still need another citizen scientist volunteer to get trained to do water testing. I put that out not just to the commission, but to anybody in the public that we do need. One site is missing a person or persons right now for water testing.
Steve, anything on the weeds? I think you met with him today.
Steve here?
I didn't see Steve.
Yeah, he said he was going to be late, so I
Okay,
think.
maybe we can come back to it.
We'll come back, thanks.
Okay.
The grant submission, we have no details on the 319 grant. No location has heard who won, so we're still in the running. So that's good news. And I think that was almost a $700,000 proposal for various different things around the lake, Wesley Lake, Deal Lake, and Sunset. Peter and Steve are working hard on the DEP grant opportunity. We're also getting some inputs from the Deal Lake Watershed Alliance, so we're working with them, and we should have some announcements tomorrow night. But Peter can go over the details right now. Pete?
Well, the selection of the improvement is the loop road or drainage corridor around Seaview Square Mall, basically from Route 35 back to Route 18, and intercepting that drainage corridor with I'll call it a back basin and a fore basin. The back basin is going to be designed to treat what we call a water quality storm, 2 inches of rainfall in 24 hours, and attenuate that, hold it in that basin while the water slowly discharges into the front basin and then discharges into a piping system with wetland plantings, with vegetation, with stormwater management devices to clean the water before it gets into terrace ponds. The whole basis of this is to do 3 or 4 things, but primarily slow the water down. So when it gets into terrace pond, it doesn't come in at a high velocity, and continue the scouring and the sediment removal along the basin and pond perimeter, and to treat the water, removing sediments and removing anything subject to the efficiency of the manufactured treatment device, so that that does not proceed downstream into Terrace Pond and then finally into the main body of Deal Lake. So we are working on it. Steve is doing a great job writing the narrative and doing a preliminary cost estimate. Our office is utilizing plans we've done for the Township of Ocean, and we're going to refine this between Friday of this week, which is tomorrow, and Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, and then it gets submitted electronically to DEP before Friday of next week.
Is that so that we can differentiate? What is that grant called, Peter?
It's the same grant, Jeannie. It's very difficult. It's the fiscal year 2022 319H Federal Clean Water Act grant submission.
Okay.
So really they differentiate it by year, which is somewhat different if you get, multiple grants. That's why Jesse yells at me frequently for, giving reports on grants and mixing them up occasionally. But is the same funding source.
The tough thing for us tomorrow, and I'll be sending an email after support documentation. We're going to have to get these support documents back at least by next Wednesday, right, Pete?
Yeah, we'd like to be able to submit it Wednesday, even though it's due Friday.
Yes. And it's like the last case, we were able to submit a little later, but we want to submit as many as we can under the window. So
absolutely,
we'll be doing that to see.
Steve and I talked this morning, and we'll continue talking and have everything ready to upload, hopefully by Wednesday, and then we can add a few things and get it in.
And just so I can get clarity on this grant, Peter, is the Deal Lake Watershed Alliance, Deal Lake Commission, the Township of Ocean, and Seaview. Who are the partners in this?
Maybe Don can explain that a little better, because you do have ownership of Seaview Square Mall. You have ownership of the state of New Jersey. You have oversight by the Deal Lake Commission and the Deal Lake Watershed Alliance, and you have participation by the Township of Ocean. So
and the
county of Monmouth, you're right, because they do own property there adjacent to the prosecutor's office.
But let me make it clear: the Deal Lake Commission is submitting the proposal. It's going to be under oversight, and it's cross your fingers and cross your legs, because there's a multitude of people going for this grant. So that's going to be a hard battle.
Yeah, it would be so good to be able to do that, to get money for that project.
It's been talked about, Jeannie, you know how long. It's been talked about ever since Cedar Village was built, and that orange colloidal clay came down the water course. Well, it was even before then, when Seaview Square Mall was built. If anyone went to Christie's restaurant during that time and looked out the back window, a mud flow came from Cedar Village, Seaview Square Mall, Terrace Pond, and that's why we did the first dredging project.
Right.
So protecting our watershed.
Thank you. Thanks for explaining that, Peter and Don.
Sure.
To get through broadcast on the radio here. Tomorrow night will be a wonderful night with the Rotary Club. They're sponsoring an event honoring me, which is nice of them, for not only for my Lake Commission, but other things I do. And the beneficiary is going to be Deal Lake Watershed Alliance, and it's a sellout, I hear. So congratulations to the Rotary Club. And they got some great sponsors, and I thank all the commissioners that supported it. And there's a bunch of you guys that donated money, and I thank you all. It was wonderful, and they're going actually. So and some can't, but that's okay. I think your hearts are there, and we'll be talking about you there, and we'll have a good time. So.
What about the surf rider cleanup?
Surf rider cleanup is July 7th, and it's hot and heavy, and they're asking, I guess, for Deal Lake boat guys to help out with that. I haven't heard back on that, but they definitely are sponsoring. I think it's 10 to 12, I believe, on Saturday. So we'll have more on that next month. New business, tree ordinance. Did I miss any old business, by the way? Okay.
Nope.
We got a new business, tree ordinance. Ocean Township just recently passed a tree ordinance, and it was modified, I think, this last meeting. Jesse, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, there were some modifications of fees and incorporation of concepts for the communities that already have tree ordinances within their communities. So it was cleaned up it's going to be a much better tool than we had before. So, we can I'll pass copies around to all the commissioners for your own towns to use as a guide. And we'll go from there. So, and Jeannie, you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do. It's so obvious. We all know how trees clean the air and help to control flooding and capture carbon and reduce heat load by providing shade and so forth, and how it really helps the lake the more trees we have as well. So I think it's important for the Deer Lake Commission to express our support for tree ordinances formally to each of the municipalities that we represent, and to those who have adopted, to let them know that we support their actions. The Deer Lake Commission has in the past written formal letters of support on environmental issues we support, like the balloon ban and the plastic bag ban. So I think we need to make a case and an expression of written support for each town to adopt a tree ordinance. So I was speaking earlier today to Steve. I don't see that he's on yet, but about writing a letter of this type with him. And I believe he agrees that writing a formal letter would be a helpful step toward motivating the other towns to begin to draft their own tree ordinances. So I'd like to move that the Deer Lake Commission develop and send a formal letter to the municipalities we serve that the formal letter would provide information about the importance of enacting a tree ordinance and encourage each municipality to enact a tree ordinance in the town we represent.
Jeannie, I agree with it. What can you draft that up and propose it at the next meeting?
I will do.
Then we'll vote on it then. That's easier.
Okay.
I don't want to try to draft it out right now, but if you could draft it and keep it to one page. I mean, it's simple, two paragraphs, and you could link some websites that are. We actually have a website linked to trees.
Yeah. Steve had some good ideas when I spoke with him today. Okay. Aside from sharing the tree ordinance in Ocean Township, and Jet that has tree ordinance samples and so forth. So to give them some help with beginning to draft their ordinances.
Jeannie, do we have an idea on which municipalities have them in place and which do not?
Well, Interlaken and Ocean Township currently have tree ordinances. So
I believe Neptune might have something.
Lock Arbor's working on theirs right now.
That's great. Good. So we're just supporting that effort, and I think it's important that it comes from the commission to express our support for that type of activity. So I'll bring a letter next month and share it with you guys. If you like it, we'll send it out. And if you want to make changes, I'll try to send it to you before the meeting if you'd like to see it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I guess let's see when you work it out, and you and I can finalize it, and then we'll send it out to everyone.
Okay.
Let me keep on rolling. I'm going to get a request in for a sheriff. I found out the sheriff has boats, not like the one I showed you before, but they do have boats that can do some enforcement on the lake. So hopefully after July 4th, get some support from the county sheriff. So that'll be it. I'll report back next week. Any other new business?
Oh, wait, I have a resolution 2234 recognizing July 2022. We did this the past few years, July 2022 as Lake Appreciation Month. Okay, Second?
I'll second Interlaken.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Perfect. Thank you. And Steve and Jeannie, you're a part of this, the 2022 NOMS Student Poster Contest?
Yeah, I think, Dawn, you sent 2 to Ocean Township. I sent to Asbury Park, and I heard that there were some teachers working on it, but nobody has sent me. I did ask them to send me any student work so that we could post the artwork on our website, but so far I didn't receive anything. So I don't know what's the status on that. If they're just sending them in on their own and not telling us, that could be happening too.
Yeah.
If it's a contest, is there a prize?
Well, yes, there are prizes, and it's, I think it's on, it's on our website, but yeah, the prize money goes to the school. So, yeah, for their participation, if they win. And the description of it is all on the NOM's website. So if you want to see it, or I'll send it to you if you want.
I can look it up. Thank you, though.
Okay, sure.
Okay, Jesse, I'm going to ask you to go around on the commissioners, since I got a lot of background noise here.
It's
So,
the commissioner's
Go ahead.
last word? The commissioner's last word? You want to start with Allenhurst?
Yes, sure. Since I've been on this commission for a while, I think it's 6-7 years now. I mean, it seems like we're more organized and we've done a lot of accomplishments, and we have good new ideas, and I think we're moving forward, and I think we're going in the right direction.
Perfect. Thank you. Asbury Park.
Let somebody else go first. I'm still.
Carol?
Hey, thanks, Jesse.
I was going in alphabetical order.
It's fine. I'm always thinking about lake cleanup because I talk about it a lot. And I was thinking about maybe we ought to consider starting to count certain items. I think that Clean Ocean Action has a really good model for that. And that would give us some scientific data to kind of track the effectiveness of the devices that, we've implemented to, mitigate some of the pollution, as well as, what gets picked up in an average cleanup. And maybe we could talk about that in a future meeting and sort of categorize that and quantify it. And that could be included in some, PR pieces, similar to the way Clean Ocean Action does it, because that is pretty impactful when you read it.
Yeah.
we definitely do weight. We have definite weights over the years. So that's one good thing. We do track that.
I also thought we could maybe offer like a little prize for the most unusual item at each cleanup.
That's a good idea.
I'll bring one along.
I would have won a couple of years ago. I have a photo of it.
Oh, I got that alligator, but Don took it.
I might bring it tomorrow night.
And go ahead, Jesse, call somebody else.
How about Melanie or Martha?
Martha, do you want to say anything? Okay, I'll speak then.
No, Melanie, you go ahead, please. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to say that I've been talking with Anjec and waiting for some information from them about pesticide use around the lake. And, everything that everybody puts on their lawns, as we've talked about, and as it says in the pamphlet, goes into the lake. So I think this is something that really needs to be addressed. Hopefully I'm going to hear back from them within the next couple of days and get some info. So at the next meeting, we maybe can talk about that. I know Margot and I have talked about it a lot. So hopefully some people will pay attention to some of the things that we are trying to put forward. It would be really nice, and I think the tree ordinance is really important because of the amount of water that is held in these tree roots that people just don't understand. They don't get it. And I think one of the things, maybe, I don't know how you could put this in there, but a hedge, if you stick in a hedge, it's not the same when you cut down an old growth tree. It's not going to make the same impact. And I don't think a lot of people understand that.
Yeah, hopefully that's what I'd like to include in the pamphlet, is to give people information about those kinds of things you're talking about.
Is Jeannie intermittent? Is Jeannie intermittent now? Go ahead, Jeannie.
Oh, all right.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to say that that's one of the things that Dr. Souza and I've been talking about. What do we want to put into this pamphlet? Because the things that you're mentioning are things that I want to see in there. Useful information for people that may know or may not, but just in any case, could help us in what we're trying to do. Was that my minute, Don?
That's it. There you go. Eric Hotelling. Eric, where's Eric? I see his ear. Oh, there he is.
Right here. I think I'm unmuted. I don't have anything about the lake, but I just want to say what the township's doing with our monuments at the entrance of Ocean Grove, and are doing a total restoration, along with the help of Peter Avakian. He's guided us through that. And I think we've even managed to get the people that originally installed the monuments to do the work for the restoration. But, you know, if you have opportunity, I mean, the Deal Lake is associated pretty close to Ocean Grove there, and you have opportunity to get in there, take a look at it. It really has been restored, and you know, those monuments have been there a very, very long time, and really quite proud of what the town's been able to do.
Thanks, sir. Hey, Chairman Don, can I add a commission engineer's half minute?
Sure.
One of the interesting things about our job is when we interact with local officials, and in our case, the commission members. But in this particular project that Eric is talking about, it's 4 projects in Neptune Township, but the primary improvement area was the Ocean Grove Veterans Park with the World War I statue. And you drive by, and that statue has to be, 85 to 95 feet in the air. You kind of look up and see it, but don't really notice it unless you really stare at it. So as we're restoring it and sending up a crane to power wash it, if it wasn't for Eric coming over to me and one of my project engineers and saying, hey, listen, when the guy's up there cleaning it, have him take a snapshot of that soldier, that we got the most unbelievable still shot of this World War I soldier after it's been cleaned. And Neptune liked it so much that they put it on the cover of their ad journal for their Memorial Day celebration. So Eric, thank you for that. It's a pleasure working with you. It's a pleasure working with the commission, obviously. So we will keep doing things like that to
That's
make
great.
life more interesting.
Yeah, thanks, Peter.
We have a cover for the pamphlet now, Jeannie.
Okay. And I just got two quick ones. One is we after a year, finally got those signs up on the Main Street Bridge, which shows the safe passage for boats to go under the bridge. So we got those up a couple weeks ago with nice weather, which is wonderful. And also I got a call from the Rotary, separate thing. They're looking and maybe getting support from some Boy Scouts, and maybe they need permission from the Asbury High School. And I gave the contacts of also a sewer authority to put Osprey stands, because we know that Ospreys run the power lines. It's unsafe, and people are looking for alternatives. I think JCP&L specifically is looking for alternatives. So it seems like the Rotary is taking the ball on that and trying to help out. So I just want everybody to know that there's an organization in Monmouth Beach, Seabright, that's also involved. So that's very exciting stuff. So, and that, with that mention, can we open the public hearing? Jesse, I'm going to take it.
I have one question I'd like to ask Peter. Do we have any more information about the old Coca-Cola plant? What's the status of that, Peter? Do you know?
I can probably share that now. The applicant has filed plans with the Township of Neptune for what we call resolution compliance. The resolution by the Neptune Township Planning Board had numerous conditions of approval. And I hope you'll be happy to know that your commission engineer and the Neptune Township Planning Board engineer asked to be in one of the conditions of approval, asked that we be able to evaluate the site during construction and maintain as many perimeter trees as possible. So with that in place, when we started the resolution compliance, we noticed the applicant's engineering firm, and they included the preservation of the perimeter trees along the Route 35 access into and around the plant onto Asbury Avenue. So if anybody sees any Paul Bunyan-like people out there with axes, call me up, because we're not going to let it happen. We want those trees to remain. We think they can make it a unique feature of the site. They're actually not on their property, so it's questionable to give authority to remove them, but we've asked for them to remain. So once resolution compliance is granted, they go for building permits, and then it's building permits, DEP permits, whatever other permits have to be secured, County of Monmouth, and then construction. So, you're probably talking 12 plus months out still.
But it's an approved project, correctly?
It's approved by the planning, subject to resolution compliance at this time.
It is comforting to know that you're going to be overseeing that or evaluating the site in some ways and involved with that, Peter. Thank you.
Everything
wanna
I
add-
want, like everything the residents adjoining wanted, didn't get included in the project because there are some things that we really don't have as much control over due to land development regulations. And but I think the township planning board did a very good job. They listened to everyone's questions and concerns, and we're left with what we got.
Yeah, and all the stormwater issues that Steve brought up, they went beyond, up above and beyond those requests. So,
Absolutely right. We even incorporated the Deal Lake Watershed Management Plan in as a condition of approval.
Thank you. That's really good to hear. That's very good to hear.
Do we want a motion to open the meeting to the public?
I'll offer. I'll offer.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? All in favor?
Mommy.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
Wait,
Aye.
any opposed? Okay, the meeting's open to the public. There's no one.
Anybody,
Motion-
anybody out there? Oh,
I tried to
James,
put my
go-
hand up.
James, go ahead. Name, rank, serial number, and address, please. I'm sorry.
James Veach, 31 Wanamassa Point Road in Ocean.
Thanks.
This has
ahead,
been a
James.
very good news meeting, and I love the fact that we're working on this pamphlet. I think the first pamphlet you did was very helpful, and I used it to get my rule by permit with the DEP. And I think we do need to reach out to people 2 blocks or more away from the lake. I think that's a great idea. On the tree ordinance, 2381 in Ocean, this is a very strong ordinance, and it was worked on by 2 groups. It was a shade tree plus the Environmental Commission. They worked together. And of course, had Neptune this ordinance in place, it would have applied to the Coca-Cola bottling plant. And it's great that we've got the perimeter trees saved, but had they had this ordinance, we wouldn't have had to fight with the developer over those trees. It would have been covered. The best thing about the ordinance for me is 9.2-7, which says you can't automatically get a permit if you're taking a tree down within 50 feet of the shoreline of a lake. Now that's fantastic. No automatic permits. That means you've got to go and jump over a lot of barbed wire and under a lot of barbed wire to take a tree down within 50 feet of the shoreline. So I'm hoping that letter, and it's a great idea you're sending it, I hope it encourages more of the members of the commission, of the Deal Lake Commission, to get involved and pass similar ordinances. And on that Lock Arbor group, if they're working away, I know that the EC and the shade tree people in Neptune put a lot of time into this thing. It would be wonderful if they could talk to the Lock Arbor people and show and share with them some of the research they did to come up with their ordinance. But great meeting.
Okay, thanks, James. Anybody else? I don't see anybody else. Okay, I guess we'll close the meeting.
A motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second?
Aye. The motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? No. A motion to adjourn the meeting? A motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Done,
A
right?
motion to adjourn the meeting?
It's already done.
No,
And by
that
the
was
way,
to close the public hearing, not to close the meeting. A motion
Yeah.
to adjourn the meeting.
so
Yes.
moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Carol.
I still
All
see
in
a hand
favor?
up in Terminal C.
Oh, okay.
Oh.